Everyone's talking about the Steam machine and soiling their britches, speculating on what the price might be, and it's been a big conversation in the gaming space that I want to weigh in on a little bit here. For those that don't know, the Steam machine is Valve's latest device, their foray into console gaming. They recently had the Steam Deck come out to great success, and now the Steam machine is their latest. It is apparently a pretty beefy piece of hardware aiming to deliver 6 times the power of the Steam Deck, capable of running games at 4K 60 FPS. Linus also recently made a video covering the Steam machine, going over a lot of its capabilities and pretty much everything about it. It is very interesting, and the community's already started calling it the Valve GameCube, which I think is adorable. Don't know if the name's going to stick or not, but I do fuck with that one. But even though this does seem really exciting, people are pretty concerned with what the price on it might be. Especially because apparently Valve has said to expect the pricing to be like a PC, not a console. Which is pretty vague, but it paints a picture that it's probably going to be a little more expensive than what you're expecting when it comes to like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo pricing. Because PC prices can vary drastically. There is a lot of wiggle room there for what the price might be. I got your fucking nose, you loser. Point is, people are a little worried that this might be like a $1,500 piece of hardware or something like that, which has led to a lot of debate in the community because that is much higher than traditional console prices, to the point where why would you even bother? You could just get like a full-fledged PC as opposed to getting the Steam machine instead. And a lot of things that people were speculating is that maybe it would be subsidized because they have the Steam storefront, like the Steam Deck, for example. The Steam Deck is the price that it is because they are able to take a bit of loss on the hardware itself because they make up for it with the Steam storefront, obviously. That, however, is not apparently going to be applicable to the Steam machine. According to Linus's video, they won't be following that same model where they're going to be, able to get the price of the Steam machine lower because of the storefront or anything like that, subsidizing through that. Instead, it is just going to be priced like a PC.
A major question mark, though, is of course price. Valve wasn't able to give any specific numbers due to rapidly evolving market conditions, but they will obviously have it nailed down when the Steam machine launches in Q1 2026 alongside the new Steam controller. They did give me one hint, though. They said that while they expect it to be very competitively priced with a PC, that it will be priced like a PC, rather than like a console with games subsidizing the upfront hardware purchase.
For a lot of people, this has been the biggest alarm bell. This has been the biggest red flag. This has been the poop in the soup here that a lot of people are concerned about, because if it's not going to be subsidized through like the storefront game sales or anything like that, it is just going to be a very expensive piece of hardware. What that price looks like, we don't know, but a lot of people are saying it's kind of dead on arrival just because of that, because based on the specs and everything here, it will probably be a very expensive console. Plus, it already feels kind of niche because console gamers, they might not really be interested in just having a PC console. They would probably, if they want to do that and make that switch, they'd probably just invest in like a full PC rig. And PC gamers already have a PC, so why would they want a PC gaming console? So it's been like this weird back and forth, and we don't really have definitive answers on a lot of this speculation or anything. The only definitive answer we do have is that the best PCs in the universe come from Starforge. So if you're looking to get a better PC yourself, go to Starforge and check out the options, see if it feels right for you. But when it comes to the Steam machine itself, it feels like it's going to be made or broken by its price. 100%. More so than most things, I would say. Now, before I give my, Cro-Magnon-ass thoughts on this whole thing, I want to give you Linus explaining why he believes that there's probably not being subsidized through the Steam storefront this time around to get the price on the hardware lower.
They wouldn't say why, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's partially to avoid stepping on the margin opportunities of their potential partners for Steam games and Steam software, but also because they recognize that the Steam machine is a full-fledged PC, capable of being used as a full-fledged PC. There's no guarantee then that, say, a corporate purchase of 10,000 of these things would result in a single game sale. So they really do need to protect the sustainability of their hardware business.
That last theory there, that game theory from Linus, was very interesting to me and something that didn't cross my noodle naturally because I'm a fucking moron. About, there might not be game sales for a big bulk order. Like if a corporation orders a bunch of these puppies here, that's probably not going to lead to them buying any games through the storefront. Thus, it's kind of moot to be subsidized through it in that case. So they're looking to protect the hardware investment itself. But counterpoint to that, if a corporation is looking to buy 10,000 of these, why wouldn't they just buy 10,000 cheaper MacBooks? Because there are some Macs that are priced in like the $600 to $700 ballpark, to my understanding, at least from what I can find online, which is around the price of some of the consoles out there right now, where this is not going to be priced at that. This will most likely be more expensive than that. So why would they choose this over those options? I feel like this might not be the go-to for corporations. So even though the thought process isn't wrong, like if corporations do buy this, they're probably not going to be buying a fucking bunch of games out the wazoo here. But I also feel like in that case, they probably wouldn't just be buying the Steam machine in the first place for those needs. They'd probably look for other already established corporate norms of like Macs or something. So to me, I feel like the main target audience for the Steam machine would be Steam Deck owners. I feel like that'd be the primary demographic here that would be interested in purchasing it. But if the Steam machine is north of 1,000 clams, who in their right mind, save for those that maybe had just recently got a lobotomy, would actually want to pay that much money for the Steam machine when you could instead just spend that money on a more powerful PC? Like, yes, this is a pretty powerful piece of hardware, but the options in this price range, if it actually is like 1,000 plus, like a lot of doom and gloom people are saying it's going to be, the options in that range are more powerful than what you would get from the Steam machine in the first place. So if it is in that ballpark, why would anyone be buying it? You know what I mean? And I do agree with the sentiment from a lot of people that it lives in a confusing limbo where it's a little unclear, a little muddy who the actual customer is supposed to be. Because if you are already a PC gamer, this doesn't really offer anything that you'd want. You probably already have a rig far more powerful than this in the first place. How would you justify spending what could be $1,000+ on basically a tiny pre-built PC? And if you are a console-only gamer, you don't have any Steam games, you bah humbug Steam, want nothing to do with it, you don't engage in the PC gaming market, well, then you'd probably write this off as dead on arrival, rolling your eyes at the price point if it is like $1,000. Like, that probably wouldn't be enticing for someone to make this foray into PC gaming through the Steam machine. It would need to be priced much lower, priced at like a competitive console point for a console-only gamer to consider. At least I would think so. So it is in this very weird gray area. Then I think it is going to be purely dependent on what the price actually is, whether or not this is going to be like mass market adoption or something like that. But maybe that's not even the goal here. Maybe that's not even what Valve's aiming for. Maybe they're content just delivering a really niche piece of hardware. I don't really know. I'm also not convinced it is going to be $1,000+. I don't subscribe to that idea. I truly believe that the Steam machine will be sub 1,000. On stream I was speculating maybe up to like 800. Maybe 800 and some change. But I really don't see a world where this gets to 1,000 or over 1,000. I would be shocked if it did. Because I think it'd be very obvious to anybody out there that that is just too much for most people to want to spend on what the Steam machine is offering. At least I would think so. I say that, but then again, fucking Apple has the iPhone Pocket, which is like $250 sock to put your iPhone in, and that's sold out. So there really is just a chance for anything to be extremely successful regardless of the price and regardless of the offering. And it's not like the Steam machine is a bad product here, but I just think it is going to be really, really dependent on the price point here, whether or not this is something that gamers will be flocking to pick up. And I am just very curious to learn more information about how it will be priced. It releases relatively soon, so hopefully we'll know in the next, month or so. That'd be really nice. But yeah, it's been a very interesting conversation surrounding the Steam machine. Like I said, personally, I don't think it's getting to $1,000 or more. I really think it's going to live in like an $800 ballpark, which is still very expensive, and that's still going to be a very tough decision for consumers to make on if that is something they want to pay. So I guess we'll see. I think time will tell. Hopefully pretty soon we'll know. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. Today I found something pretty interesting that I just can't resist the urge to share with all of you. I'm just kidding. That's a classic gag right there. I got you good. But I did actually read something pretty fascinating. It was an independent study that was conducted that found 72% of games industry executives believe that Steam has a monopoly on PC games. And this is an interesting topic and something that I've talked about on stream quite a bit, but I want to yap about this because they're not entirely wrong. Steam is like a diet monopoly when it comes to PC games, but not because they use like monopolistic tactics or anything. They literally just offer a better service than anything else that seems to come up and literally do nothing and win just by being better than all of the competitors that try and enter the market. Developers and players just naturally gravitate towards Steam. And thus they do kind of have like a stranglehold, like nipple clamps on PC games market. So like they do have oomph. And you can make an argument that they're like a soft monopoly. But I think it tells a very interesting story because there are alternatives, there are competitors. They just don't necessarily thrive. So anytime that a new games platform tries to enter the market to compete with Steam, they do their own version, with blackjack and hookers and whatever. And it usually flounders. Like, it usually flatlines pretty quickly because it's just inferior to Steam. Even though Steam has remained largely unchanged for the longest time, it has cemented itself as just a really easy-to-use platform that's just extremely convenient for developers and players. So a new platform springing up, it's got its work cut out for it. But that's not to say they don't exist, because there are a lot of alternatives. Well, maybe a lot's being a little charitable. There are some alternatives. Some of them are even decent, like GOG. Even though in recent times I've had extraordinarily horrible luck with GOG and getting games to actually fucking work through there, it is a service that is good, but it's not really comparable to Steam or anything. And then there's things like the Epic Game Store, which I think did try and employ monopolistic tactics to compete with Steam. Epic Game Store, I don't know how many of you remember, was trying to incentivize developers to marry themselves to their platform exclusively. Basically trying to have their own console wars between these platforms of Steam versus Epic Game Store. So they would steal away developer titles to go to the Epic Game Store through incentives. And it didn't work because Epic Game Store itself is just not a great platform. So people don't like to use it willingly. Very few people choose Epic Game Store over Steam. So it hasn't beaten Steam, and it's kind of a joke that's gotten a lot of resentment because of some of their tactics they've used to try and compete. Whereas Steam doesn't really do any of that. It just kind of sits there fucking lollipop in hand and does nothing and is winning. All these other platforms spring up and usually just run themselves straight into the shitter. So Steam just always prevails in the end. And that does put it in a position where it is like a soft monopoly. Worth mentioning about this study in particular, 75% of respondents were senior managers of C-suite level, with 77% from studios with more than 50 employees. And the study found that for a majority of the studios, Steam accounts for over 75% of revenue. And then they do briefly mention that developers started utilizing Epic Game Store and the Xbox PC Game Store. But again, it's clear Steam is the bulk of the balloons here. It is fascinating because, as I briefly mentioned, Steam doesn't do anything to try and solidify this pseudo-monopoly. They don't have parameters in place to try and force people to use Steam and drive out competition or anything like that. They literally just plant their feet and lat spread and just sit there menacingly, to the point where if you're a developer releasing on PC and you choose not to release on Steam, you are cutting your own nuts off. You are doing yourself a huge disservice in not having your game in front of all of those Steam users. And again, it's not Steam that's doing that and putting that fear of God in you. It's just gamers choose Steam, so if your game's not on Steam, they might not be buying it at all in general. They might not even give it the time of day. So it's very interesting, because again, Steam, at least not to anything I've ever seen, has never really tried to do anything to be a monopoly in the PC gaming space. They've just always been really convenient, user-focused, and first and foremost, just accessible. to developers and users that they are just the best service. Now, of course, it's not perfect. Nothing ever will be. Like, I fucking hate the Steam friend UI and all that. I bitch and moan about that endlessly on stream whenever I'm trying to, like, co-op with friends on different games. But, like, overall, the Steam platform is better than any other games platform that has come out, generally speaking. So, it's hard to compete with that. So even though Steam's doing nothing, like they don't need to like innovate or change things, they just have to not wipe their whole ass with everything they've built over the last couple of decades. And so far, they've been doing a great job of not just fucking it all up. And that seems to be like all they do. They are doing nothing to limit competition or anything. I have to imagine at the Steam HQ, they don't even know that they're ever in a competition with other game platforms. They probably have no fucking idea about like what Epic Games Store does with trying to get like exclusives and shit in the past. Like, I doubt they even have it as a blip on their radar. Now, normally, monopolies are a really bad thing for consumers. That's typically bad news. You do not want monopolies because there's no incentive to be the best service. There's no incentive to change or improve or get better for consumers because what's the point? There's no alternatives. And like I said, Steam is not a monopoly. But it kind of is like a de facto monopoly in the sense that pretty much everyone is choosing Steam, developer and players alike. So all the other alternative platforms, they're not exactly, you know, popping off or anything like that. They're not out there wiggling their finger in celebration with how great everything's going there compared to like a Steam or something. But Steam is the best thing for consumers right now in this market. There isn't a better alternative. So it is weird because it is a monopoly that is a monopoly because it just is the best. So people are choosing it willingly. They're not being like, you know, fucking hypnotized into it or something, or they're not being forced to because of lack of alternatives. It is just the best in the industry right now. So everyone goes to it. So it's one of the few times you'll see this kind of report where it's like, oh, this many people believe Steam is a monopoly, and you're like, oh, yeah, good. That's great news. You're right. It's so rare. Because let's take another de facto monopoly, for example. YouTube. YouTube, it's got a big-time stranglehold on video sharing. There's very few alternatives to YouTube, and it's something that's been discussed, yapped about, blabbered about for so many years now, and there just isn't a real YouTube competitor. And what does YouTube do with this swamp-ass throne it finds itself on top of for videos? Well, it doesn't improve, I'll tell you that much. It's definitely not the best it can be. There has been some big-time shitification going on in recent years because where are you going to go? Where are you going? There's nowhere else besides YouTube for video sharing and all of the features that YouTube has available. There isn't a real alternative, and there's no incentive for YouTube to fix the many problems that have been plaguing the site for so long. YouTube can do a horrible decision after terrible decision after awful decision till the cows come home out the wazoo, and it doesn't really affect them because there isn't real competition. The users stay because YouTube does have a de facto monopoly. And I imagine 99% of cases, if you ask somebody, do you think it's a good thing that YouTube has this, position here as a de facto monopoly, they'd say no. But then if you ask that same question to somebody about Steam, they would probably say yes. And it's not hard to see why. It's a very big distinction here, I would say. Steam got to this position by just being better than all of the other competitors. I saw a comment that kind of painted it pretty well. Steam isn't a monopoly, its competition is just incompetent. That's pretty true. It's not like Steam has ever, to my knowledge, used its position in the industry to crush the little guy trying to make a startup that's better than Steam or something. All it does is just sit there like a fucking tree. That's all it does. It's been around for so long, it innovated at the very beginning, it cracked the code on what it needed to be the best, and now all they have to do is just not fuck it up. And everyone else that tries to compete in the space just puts out a legitimately worse product, generally speaking. Like I mentioned earlier, GOG I do think offers a different kind of product still in the same space, but having like DRM free copies for older games and stuff is a valuable service to offer, and it is something a bit different than what Steam offers. I just personally haven't had great luck with GOG recently. So anyway, yeah, I do actually kind of agree here. This survey was also conducted by what appears to be another platform that's trying to sell developers on the idea to sell with them. So the study itself is already a little weird, but the actual subject matter of Steam being a soft monopoly is an interesting topic, I think. And it is one where I'd say, yeah, Steam is kind of a soft monopoly. But what's crazy is, I don't think that's a bad thing. They are just the best in the industry for a gaming platform. Like, they just made the best platform, and they haven't done anything, scummy and shady to, like, prevent others from beating them. It's just all the others that compete are worse. So people just go to Steam. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah, this is just actually unhinged. This is crazy. I don't know what I'm going to call this video yet. I have no idea what to title this. It is just so bizarre. So to give you the cliff notes, today I was researching about a huge crypto rug pull that Stream Chat made me aware of last night. And I know crypto rug pulls are the most common thing on the planet, more common than a sneeze. Did the sun rise somewhere in the world? If the answer to that question is yes, then that means fucking 50,000 people lost tons and tons of money in a crypto scam, probably on pump.fun. That's the main hub for it, the main cesspool. And last night, Stream was telling me that there was a disabled man who was doing a crypto coin on pump.fun called 120 hours, because he claimed he had 120 hours to live. And when it reached about a $500,000 market cap, he rugged it and went offline and hasn't been seen since. Now, it doesn't seem like he was faking the disability based on all the available evidence that does seem to be true, but there's no way of knowing if he really had 120 hours left to live and this was his final oorah of just stealing a ton of money from a ton of people, or if that was all just fucking phony baloney like half of the other scams on pump.fun. Regardless, the fact is tons of people got rugged, left with their dick in their hand there. And while I was researching for this topic, I stumbled across another huge story in the crypto space, also on pump.fun, but this one bucks the trend of a rug pull, and it is something far more sinister that I have not seen before that implicates Steam. So, if you've been around the channel for a while, you might recall I made a video years ago about a really odd Steam game that I downloaded while dumpster diving, because it's something I like to do on Steam, just looking through like absolute dog shit that no one's ever heard of. And I found a game that I downloaded, and it didn't have the executable file. Like, it didn't even have the game. It had like ancillary files around it, and it was really suspicious. So I thought there was a chance that I had downloaded something very harmful, but I was assured that that's not possible through Steam. And Steam has also kind of positioned themselves as like a safe place to get your games. I've never really heard of a story of someone downloading something that like literally ruined their lives or like stole from them. There's been like some suspicious games on there that have done like some weird things in the background, but never like stealing from users as far as I know. Until today. There is a pump.fun streamer, his handle is Rostaland, who is battling stage 4 cancer, and he streams on pump.fun to raise money for his treatment. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking, already raising an eyebrow, that this must be the scam. He must be faking cancer to try and scam people. Based on everything I can find, that is not the case. It seems he really does have cancer, and this is his way of generating funds to try and survive. It seems very legitimate. And while streaming, he was doing some gaming. And a chatter, apparently, had convinced him to download a game called Block Blasters. And when he did, he had all of his crypto stolen from him. Approximately like $30,000 was drained from him. And now people have been looking at the game and finding a weird set of files in there that seems to scan the user's device to look for crypto credentials, which is how they must have stolen this money from him. It's very peculiar, and at first I was kind of wary of it. I thought this could just be an elaborate scheme where like he pretended that it was the game he downloaded that drained his money, but really it was all just a ruse so he could make off with the cash. That does not seem to be the case. It seems like the game actually is stealing from people. He is not the first victim. Now, here's when it happened on stream. It happened live.
No, 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 no. No.
that happen in the crypto, for you, I understand this can be very difficult because that money normally can help you for a lot of things in your life. But it's not the end, okay? You're such a brave person.
I'm broken. No,
No.
I'm
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
That is brutal. Now, there is no one more harsh of a critic on Pump.Fun than me. I shoot spitballs at that platform all night and day because it is 99.9% scams. I would have said 100% scams if not for this story. I really think that this is real. He's provided like receipts. He has proven that he is not faking the cancer diagnosis or anything like that. And when it comes to like the money being stolen here, it seems like it really did get stolen by this game. I don't think he has any involvement with the game. And someone I trust more than anybody else in the crypto space when it comes to scams, ZachXBT, has made a post about this, seemingly confirming that the Steam game is the culprit that stole this money stole this money from him as well as others. So ZachXBT kind of coming in here really solidified this to me as like a legitimate, like the real deal. That's fucking terrifying. I truly didn't think Steam games could have this kind of vulnerability. I've made jokes in the past about like a terrible game being a crypto miner, and apparently there are actually some games that do kind of do that to a certain extent, but I've never seen something to this level. This is a huge security like flaw, a huge danger on the platform. As someone who buys games that have like 0 reviews and 0 players, sometimes I am literally the first one to play a game that no one's ever heard of, planting my flag on the moon. This makes me really afraid of like what these games could have in there, is like, running in the background that I don't know about. It makes me afraid of my own Steam library and hesitant to like go dumpster diving through Steam new releases again, just out of the fear that it could have some dangerous files attached in there somewhere. Now, I do really want to mention this here before diving back into the Steam component. The community banded together to try and make Rostaland whole again, so someone named Alex Becker sent him $32,500 to cover what was stolen from him, and it's extremely wholesome. Everyone banded together to try and show support and try and help him out after something so devastating happened to him. And here's a post Rostaland made thanking him for it. That's super great. I'm really happy he was able to get the equivalent amount back. The scammers made off with the $32,000, and I imagine block blasters will be delisted. Nothing will happen to them, I'm sure. Very rarely do crypto crimes get punished, it seems. But I'm very happy that Rostaland was able to get that money back, that amount of money back. I am still just kind of stunned that this kind of thing can happen with a Steam game. And I know some of the games through Steam are vulnerable. Like I remember Dark Souls had an exploit where hackers could literally remote access your computer through the multiplayer. Like I know that kind of stuff exists. Same thing happened with Call of Duty even somewhat recently. Like I know those vulnerabilities can exist, but this is the first I've heard of just downloading a game leading to just having your credentials stolen because of something that runs in the background on that in that folder. I feel like this has to be something new that wasn't possible years ago, because if this has always been something that developers could do on Steam, I'm very surprised that it wouldn't have happened sooner, especially with like the crypto booms a few years ago with like NFTs and all that shit. I'm really surprised that this is the first time I've heard of it happening. Like I feel like it's got to be some kind of new vulnerability that they're exploiting. But I have no idea. It's just pretty concerning. I wanted to put it on your radar. Crazy shit across the board. I am very happy though that he did get that money back, because like I said, it does seem like that is real. It does seem like he's not making any of that up. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.
In the shadows of the night.
That's gonna be a DMCA. Whoa, wait a minute. Just looking at this image, this may be porn. I don't know why I bothered putting it on the other monitor. I have the display behind me off so you can still see it. Hold on. It says the Immemorial Order 2 Sisters of Darkness, primarily a spooky, atmospheric first-person walking sim that doesn't take itself too seriously. I don't see any, like, boobies. That is most likely AI art. It's a sequel. How will you know what happened in the first one? Oh, everyone knows the Immemorial Order. Everyone knows that story. That's a timeless classic up there with, like, the story of Dracula. That was adorable. The auto-tune singing of the game developer name is amazing. I'm already getting emotional. Alright. The Sisters of Darkness of the Immemorial Order. Here I come. This is absolutely a DMC. Well, actually, no, this might be an AI song. This is 100%. This is a Suno-generated song. I can tell. What? Wait, what was that? What did he just say? Wait, kind of a banger. Full flat ganja, I think, was the lyrics. What the fuck? I kind of want to just listen to the song. Leave gluten behind, baby. Mm-hmm. No, wait, keep playing the song. Oh, is it full fat ganja? I thought it was full flat ganja. Full fat makes sense. Because it's not diet. Oh, and that's why you'd leave gluten behind. You're getting the real thing, the whole enchilada. None of that 2% shit, exactly. Damn, I kinda don't want to leave the flat. Man, I don't know what's gone wrong here. Maybe the game's AI generated, but there's lag on the mouse. I don't know if you can see it, but when I move my mouse, it takes like half a second for the character to move. It's really disorienting. Holy shit. Beautiful, beautiful town. Doggy Styles, it's a luxury dog spa. Wonderful. That's probably my car over there with like the ghost orb floating around. Oh, I already know another heater's coming on the radio. Amen. Lovely. Avril Lavigne's best work, I'd say. I've always said that. Skater Boy and Swingin' Titties. She peaked. Oh, damn! We didn't get to hear the end of that one. That's the same lead singer I had for my What Happened to My Schlong song. Damn, man. This guy must have just downloaded like 2,000 credits on AI Suno song generator and just said, hey, I'm gonna put them all in here, damn it. I'm gonna get my money's worth. To be fair, this game was like $5, so I basically paid for all of his song credits. It also has 0 reviews, so there's a good chance I'm the only one that's played this. This isn't even a game. This guy just made songs in Suno and then just put them in here and had you walk around listening to them. There is nothing here. What the fuck? Nothing has happened so far. I'm just listening to his fucking Suno playlist. Oh, finally. A human being. Hi, Stacy. Oh my god, that's all this game is. Holy shit. Hold on, I'll come back and listen to it. I got a job to do here, though. I gotta fucking grab some pallets. Put them away. Where's the yellow paint? Can't have a 2025 game without yellow paint. So, like, how do I move this pallet? Oh, I have to go one by one. Oh my god. Holy shit. I wonder, can I just do this? And it will register as them being put away? Nope. That didn't work. There's no way I have to go through each one of these and put it in the right spot, right? That'd be ridiculous. Okay, it's literally just to kill time. I see. Okay, I don't actually have to do anything. I was gonna say, there's no fucking way it would make you do that. Alright, I'm taking my break. Hello! You one of the Sisters of Darkness? Hi, Victoria. Was the gym busy this morning? Yeah, I just got back. I'm having a quick rest before I go back to the office. Okay. Enjoy your rest. Oh, the Sisters of Darkness! I'm not reading all of that. You've got me fucked up. Have the AI make a song about it. Man, that one's going crazy. Wait a minute. I'm not reading all that. Except maybe the Drunken Weasley Party. That one I'll check out. I bet that one goes crazy. Oh yeah. This one's gonna go nuts. Mm-hmm. Yep. Jeff Goldblum busting it wide open, I see over here. Yep. Oh, yep. Oh, goddamn! Wait a minute! What am I supposed to be doing in here? Thought I was researching the cult. Now I kind of want to see this one. Oh, this is a picture. Lame. Don't see any honkers in there. I'm pretty confident in saying that all of the dialogue is also just AI generated. This reads like if you fed it to ChatGPT to spit something out for you. Thanks, membership. Super. Uh-oh. It's the Sisters of Darkness. They're draining the juice from my batteries and the cum from my sack. No, get away. Get away. No. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, shit. Is that a Ouija board? Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. What are you pointing the finger gun at? Oh. Maybe over here. Holy shit! The Sisters of Darkness, the Immemorium! Why? Wow. That was frightening research. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm late for work. No! And I'm getting fired. No! Damn you, Immemorium. Fucking Sisters of Darkness. Who's there? I've just got fired. You offering me a job? Eaton? Bye, Eaton. That was a very good Sum 41 sounding track. Lovely work again, Suno. Man, oh, I'm starting to get bored now. It's just the same thing over and over and over. Holy fuck. Yeah, it's literally just get in the car, listen to AI music. I'm gonna give it one more chance to win me over here in the bar. Or whatever this is. Oh, it is a bar. The pub. I better see some crazy shit in here. I already know there's gonna be a jukebox with more music. Well, guess not. Alright. I think that's enough. Oh, God. And you won't even talk to me? Oh, yeah. No, that's enough. What an experience. What a game. What a ride. What a ride. There's a scam game on Steam right now called Banana that has over 630,000 players as of me making this video right now. And it is by all definitions a scam. And that player count is pretty misleading because the majority of it is either bots or people that just have the game pulled up in the background as they wait for drops. The Spiffing Brit just made a great video going over this entire scam, and now 3 days after that video came out, it's even more popular than it was when he covered it back then. Which is so interesting to me because he fully explained how the scam works, and yet people are still just flooding in to enthusiastically buy into it. It's like if you had read the headlines about Sam Bankman-Fried like scamming billions of dollars away from just your average Joe, and then you're like, alright, I'm gonna do my business with Sam Bankman-Fried, I can't wait to get on this, and then you throw your arms up in the air like, oh, how did I lose money? Where did I go so wrong? It's more pathetic than anything, honestly. The Spiffing Brit took the scam, spanked it around, threw it on the bed, bare ass, butt cheeks in the air, and still people dove in to give it a rim job and are wondering why they have shit on their mouths now and lost money from it. You have only yourself to blame, and you absolutely deserve to be made fun of, which is what I'm here to do. Heroes, not a word I like to use often, but I think what I'm doing here today is very heroic and brave. Someone has got to insult you for what you have done. If you are one of these people that are buying the fucking bananas in this game. It's not a game, it's actually just a PNG of a banana that you click and the number will go up, and every few hours you'll get a random drop. If you play anything on Steam, you know what this is, like CSGO cases, that kind of thing. But in the banana game, you get banana skins, which aren't even usable in the game. There's actually no functionality to even take that skin and use it in the game. The developer says he's going to do that at some point, but I highly doubt it because he doesn't need to. He's still just printing money from this dog shit from the absolute imbeciles, the fucking idiot buffoons that are buying into it. So why would he even bother doing that bare minimum? So what you do is you get these drops of these banana skins, and they just go into your inventory and they sit there collecting dust. And then you get out all your religious relics, light some candles, and start fucking praying that someone is going to pay you real-world money for those useless banana images in your inventory. That's it. This should ring some bells here because it's very similar in concept to the NFT craze from a few years ago, where basically you buy this image and you hope that someone comes along down the line and buys that image from you for more than what you spent on it. You don't want to be left holding the bag. It's the same concept in the banana game, except this one's working significantly better because they found much more vulnerable goobers here. Gamers. So the gamers here are buying these banana skins for up to like $50. There's actually even $1,000 banana skins in this game. And I need to stop calling them skins because they're not. It's just images in your inventory. You can't even do anything with them even if you wanted to. So you're buying these banana images from Google Images, and you are squatting on them, hoping that for some reason down the line, someone's going to pay you more for that. just because. That's the entire scam in a nutshell, and the creator is the one making tons and tons of money from it.
The banana market is immense. There are nearly 8 full pages of deep banana lore. Some of things are definitely slightly legally dubious, but the idea is very simple. As you play the game, Steam has an automatic drop system. The Icy Nana is special because it doesn't drop anymore. Wow! So logically, by it not dropping anymore, that actually increases the value of the product, because there's scarcity. However, no one has managed to sell an Icy Banana for more than 3 pence on the Steam market. Now, one of the reasons that makes me a little bit more concerned that this is a scam is because the creator of this game has set their inventory to private when it was previously public. This is a little bit of a problem because it means that it is impossible to see how many bananas hitting the marketplace are actually from them, meaning it's very hard to tell just how much Steam wallet value they're able to make off of this game.
Definitely worth noting that it's very possible the developer is dumping his bananas into the market, and it's not actually the community buying other community members' bananas, they're actually just buying his. So he's making even more. I'm not trying to accuse him of anything shady. I mean, banana is as above board and by the book as it gets. Now, it's impossible to know just how much they've made from this game so far, but I have to imagine with over 600,000 active players, it's a pretty penny. And there are legitimate people, like actual living, breathing, sentient beings that are purchasing some of the expensive bananas. Like, there's this one guy on Twitter who keeps celebrating that he bought one of the special bananas for $53. I don't know if he bought it as a shit post or if he actually believes he's going to make some money off of it or not, but regardless, that is shameful. And he's not alone. There are some banana enthusiasts that I think actually believe in this for some reason. Now, the main players of this game, no one's actually playing it because there's nothing to play. Calling banana a game is like calling me jerking off a sport. Like, yeah, it's kind of a physical activity, but I don't think there's any real argument you can make for me being an athlete because I masturbate, right? Same thing with banana. It's technically a game, I suppose, but all the people that are engaging with it are doing is running it in the background, farming drops, or having bots do it, where they open many different instances of banana in order to try and get as many chances at a rare banana drop as possible, which is why the player count is so high. Everyone loves to think that they're 5 steps ahead of everyone else. They're the fucking anime protagonist. No one else had the genius scheme to conceive such a high-level mastermind idea of using an auto-clicker and virtual machines to open multiple instances of banana to get maximum banana drop potential. Everyone that's opening this godforsaken program is doing that exact same fucking thing. And I guess none of them realize that all of those rare banana drops that are going for like tens or even hundreds of dollars in some cases are unobtainable through playing the game right now. You can't get them no matter how many virtual machines you open. You could start up an entire fucking, like, crypto mining operation just for playing banana and looking for Steam drops, and you would never see one, because it's not possible to get them anymore. I just had a voice crack. This shit is so ridiculous. The only way you get those now is if you're the developer. That seems to be it. From what I can tell, there is no evidence of any normal human being outside of the developer and his close-knit group of friends having access to those rare bananas. So to all the delusional crypto bros who got burned on NFTs and are now just suffering from terminal fear of missing out and latching onto banana, you are wasting your time and you're probably losing more money on your electricity bill just setting up your stupid little operations to farm this. You cannot make money through this game, just like you cannot get a date. It's just not happening. The only thing you can do, I suppose, is continue to get fucked by this weirdo developer as you're his little piggy bank to continue to exploit through this awful dog shit. I've said for a while now, people seem to want to be scammed. People go out of their way to get scammed. This is so blatant. And Spiffing Brit did an incredible video showcasing it, and yet it's more popular now than ever, and it only continues to get more popular. That's craziness. You know it's a scam, you're still buying into it. Now, I have seen a lot of discussion about how this game may be being used by other countries whose economies aren't doing so well, and I do suppose that's possible. We've seen that happen in the past with Venezuela and RuneScape, for example. Venezuela's economy wasn't doing great,
and so a lot of individuals there started turning to farming gold in RuneScape to sell for money, and that became like full-time professions. But I just don't really see that being the case for this game. In RuneScape, you can make a lot of money just farming the gold in old school RuneScape. In Banana, you can't. The only banana images that are selling, mainly, are like the 3-cent ones, because that's all you can actually really get from drops from what I can tell. So the only things that have any real volume to them are the 3-cent skins, not so much like the rare skins. So to me it just seems very unlikely that something similar will happen here, because it's 3-cent banana images that you're moving, and not even all that often, because the drops come at very long intervals. So it's not even something that you could really make a lot out of, even if you had hundreds of bots running it. So I don't really see that being the case. I could be very wrong about that, but one thing I'm not wrong about is how much of a cringe loser you have to be to actually think that these are wise investments. If you are someone that is buying and selling banana Steam inventory images, you deserve to be spit on, 100%. Hey, this is just tough love right here, brother. I'm trying to get through to you. Please, open up. Let me in. This is an intervention. If you are buying and selling fucking banana images in this goddamn game, you are a loser. 100%. And you need to take a hard look in the mirror. This is just another terrible scam game. It's not even that unique in its scam. A lot of these style of games popped up during the NFT craze on Steam. And those all dwindled and died, of course. And I imagine this one will too, when people start to realize that farming 3-cent banana skins is just not worth it at all. And buying $50 banana skins is certainly not worth it when no one's looking to buy them ever again. It's a fucking joke. It's a terrible, terrible joke that the creator's making a ton of money off of from people speculating on the market of banana images in a Steam inventory. So yeah, I just had to talk about this because it's so fucking interesting that it's only growing in popularity even after being fully exposed for the scam that it is. But anyway, that's it. See ya. The most expensive game ever put up for sale is a game that you have never heard of. I am almost 100% certain of it. It's a game that does actually exist. It's not just make-believe, phony baloney nonsense. It is a real game, and it is a game that has been played by at least 16 people. And it's a game called Spooky Men, and it retails for $100,000 on Steam. Or at least it used to. But the developer must have realized the power and the beauty of Spooky Men and came to the conclusion that any sane person would. That he was actually underselling the game. The price didn't match the quality. He needed to charge more for it. This is Spooky Men we're talking about, for heaven's sake. Like, heavens to Betsy, it's Spooky Men. He was basically giving it away for free with a $100,000 price tag. So, he made the logical decision. He eventually cranked up the price of Spooky Men to $1 million to buy it. At $1 million for a video game, that shit better be coming with the goddamn One Piece. Like, that has to have some crazy treasure that's gonna change my life. If I don't fire up Spooky Men and instantly get taller, more attractive, and with a fuller beard, then what's the point? It's basically a scam. 1 million clams, these Spooky Men better come out of my computer screen and actually suck my cock. As advertised, these men are spooky. Let's go ahead and check the description of what it's about. You know, maybe it really is worth the price of admission here. Spooky Men is an online 1 to 8 player cooperative survival horror game. Complete tasks and exorcise the malevolent demon. Use your wits to distract the ghost and survive its attacks as you explore the haunted property. Can you make it out alive? Finally, an innovative horror game complete with everything you'll ever need. Really, you know, you pay $1 million for Spooky Men and you will literally never need another video game in your life. This has it all. Demons, ghosts, exorcisms, 1 to 8 player cooperative survival horror experience. It's got it all. What else could you possibly want in life? You know what? Actually, I know the answer to that question. I know what else you want in life. You want a better PC. Well, I've got you covered. Because Starforge is doing a huge site-wide sale starting from today, August 8th, and going until tomorrow, August 9th at midnight, with prices up to $150 off. Starforge has the best PCs in the universe, and today's our anniversary, so we're celebrating by doing this big sale here. Of course, every PC comes with a 2-year full parts and labor warranty, and tons of options to choose from, all catered to what your needs are. So definitely go to starforgesystems.com if you want to get yourself a new, great PC. Now, some of you might be there scratching at your chin, really flexing your noodle, trying to process, what makes Penguinz so special? And the answer is nothing. Nothing at all. This seems to be just another low-effort, asset flip, piece of shit horror game that is a dime a dozen on Steam. When dumpster diving on Steam, I played a million games that look just like this. So why are they charging $100,000 or up to $1 million at one point? What is the purpose? Well, I actually had a theory that I speculated on stream, and many of you may have noticed that there's 16 reviews here, so you might be thinking that the developer made $1.6 million selling this piece of shit, but I think there's a lot more at play here. It's a lot deeper of a rabbit hole than that. I don't believe anyone actually paid $100,000 for this, except for this guy right here who just said, I'm rich. This patriot, this absolute madman, may have actually dumped $100K on this bad boy here, because this review was posted when it was still listed at $100K, so there is a chance that he did. So I think there is a chance this dude might have just actually fucking dumped his life savings on Penguinz for the sake of a meme review, which maybe even prompted the developer to increase it to $1 million, because he's like, holy shit, I'm actually getting some fish here at $100K, what about $1 million? But yeah, I actually do think there is a real explanation here. And full disclosure, if you check the game right now, he lowered the price to $200, which is still an outrageous fucking price for a garbage, throwaway, rancid pile of puke. Like, it's still, you've got some gall. The chutzpah, yeah, the hair on that sack, to charge with a smile on your face $200 for Penguinz is still absurd. But anyway, let me go ahead and explain why I think it was listed at $100K and $1 million at one point. What the fuck, there is actually a $100,000 Steam game called Penguinz. 16 people bought this game. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it at one point cost 59 cents. And they changed it to $100,000. Maybe they changed it to this because they couldn't take it off Steam, so they just put it at a price no one could pay for. That's probably what happened then. That is a spooky man, though. Buy it. I'm definitely not doing that. I really do wonder what would happen, though, if I bought this for $100,000 and then issued a Steam refund and said I want it all in store credit. Could they process a $100,000 store credit refund? What are the limits here? Because you can charge fucking anything for games on Steam. Theory will only take you too far. Will only take you so far. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying. It is wacky to think about. Because very clearly this is not worth $100,000. It shouldn't even be an option to charge this fucking much on Steam. But Steam doesn't give a shit, so. Buy it, beat it in 10 minutes. Refund, say this is ridiculous, I can't believe I paid $100,000 for this, I chose this over a car payment, or a house payment. I want my refund. They'd have to give me the refund because I'm well within my right. Out 100K, but you also gain 100K in store credit. Yeah, that would literally last me an entire lifetime with Steam. I would never need to use credit card or anything on Steam ever again. I'd just always have fucking store credit. How much do you think every single game on Steam would cost altogether? Isn't there a site that has the answer to that? Oh, yeah, there is. How much does it cost to buy all the Steam games? Ever wonder how much it costs to buy all games from Steam? Well, at the moment it costs $980,000. How many fake high prices, though? Oh, true, since this was updated 3 hours ago, it's absolutely going to be taking this $100,000 price tag into account, won't it? Yes, this is going to be highly inflated with games like this. This and Destiny 2 make up 90%. You know, the game used to be 59 cents, and then he cranked it to 100 grand, and like I said, I'm pretty sure the reason is the game's shitty. The game is probably really bad. and he doesn't want people to buy it until it's done because it's still in early access, but he also doesn't want to take it down either because then it'll be another $100 to put it back up. It's $100 to add a game. It used to be. There's a fee to post games on Steam. There used to be. And it used to be $100. I think that's still the case, right? They didn't get rid of that. They didn't waive the fee. I tried looking for the developer's Twitter or something like that in order to see if they've made a statement about the price anywhere or anything, but I haven't found anything from them, so I can only continue to speculate, but I think I've pinned the tail on the donkey here. I think the reason for the price being up to like $100K and $1 million and shit like that was to put it out of people's price range so no one would accidentally buy it. So it meant that he could work on the game without fear of someone buying the game and being mean to him about it or something, maybe. It's basically a way of making sure nobody can buy it, because no one's going to pay $100K for it, right? That's not exactly a cheap, affordable price someone's just going to drop all willy-nilly. So I think that was probably the goal, but now he's dropped the price to $200, and now I think the goal is really out of greed, because this did get a lot of publicity. There were quite a few articles written about it and people joking about it on Twitter, so I think what must have happened is he was tipped off about all of this new publicity that he was finding, and he thought, okay, well, what if I bring the price way down? Maybe some people will buy it for the meme. And he's probably right. I do imagine there are a couple of people that probably spent $200 for Spooky Min in the couple of days that he's had it there now, at that price. Which would, of course, be a very reckless waste of money, but that shit does happen from time to time. I myself am guilty as being someone who dumped $200 twice now on absolute repulsive garbage for the sake of a meme, a little goof with it. Of course, you can always refund it, right? Like, no one's actually going to buy this game and not refund it. But even still, it's still just is so embarrassing to do that. I can't help but be a little bit regretful that I spent $200 on something like, Super Fight or whatever. So I'm not doing it again. I'm not spending $200 on Spooky Min, of course. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I've never seen a game priced this high. Even though I always knew you theoretically could on Steam, I would still just like to think that there's some kind of safeguard in place to prevent a developer from doing this kind of shit. Like, there's no reason you should ever be able to have your price go up to $100,000 or $1 million. Like, I don't see that ever being utilized. I don't think it ever should be utilized. Nothing should be that expensive on Steam. But yeah, I just thought this was still pretty interesting. That's about it. So yeah. Let's try the lowest rated game on Steam. eFootball... Which one is it? Is it eFootball 2022 or eFootball 2021 season update? Imagine this one, right? It's probably this one. Alright, let's fucking ride. This is the lowest rated game on Steam, actually. I was gonna play this when it came out, but just kept forgetting. Okay. Insultingly enough, it's 25 gigabytes. And I've seen pictures and videos of the game. I don't know where the fuck these gigabytes went. It has to be some kind of crypto mining scam or something, but Jesus Christ. Certainly didn't go into the actual game. Oh my god. Just let me play eFootball! It's just Steam that does this. Thanks to Resub Neighborhood. I really should have played this when it came out if they improved the graphics. The graphics were one of the things that really made me want to play this fucking game. Here, hold on, let me pull up some highlights. I saw these all over Twitter. I think it looks pretty good.
Quite some performance.
Damn, this guy's got some big fucking eyes. So this is like, is this actually what he looks like? He's got like anime girl eyes, kawaii. Honestly, doesn't look that bad to me. This is why now is the perfect time to be in the video game industry. No matter what you make, people will love it. Thanks, Resub Chronic. It looks bad, but not lowest reviewed bad. I mean, I'm sure there's certainly worse games, but the reason why this one is the lowest rated game on Steam is because it's a high profile name. This was a PES that they revived, right? So this is a big budget, AAA, free to play, big time game, and it's trash. So of course there's like some shitty Steam indie games that are significantly worse. Like we already played 3 of them today. One of them they completely forgot to even add in the NPC I was supposed to talk to, so the game couldn't even finish. And that game is higher rated than this. Game time, baby. Let's go, sports fans.
I've got a good feeling about this game. E-football! Whee! Time for a little footy. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, I see, it's only reading my controller, not my keyboard. Okay, very good. That's fine. Get a little controller action in there. As you said, Hobo.
Absolutely ideal for a game of football.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Beautiful picture under the floodlights. There is a sense of theatre.
Sports fans.
Levels are rising.
The crowd's going nuts.
This place
Where's the
simply a
vuvuzelas?
monument to the game. The crowd rises for the national anthem.
Oh, this
of
guy's not...
Portugal.
Hey, the guy in the middle there is not singing it. He's not moving his lips, he's faking. God, they're like fucking zombies. Holy shit. They're like wax mannequins. Oh, that's
They
Ronaldo.
have thrown down the gauntlet with that anthem.
Oh, wow.
Now to match it.
Oh, look at... Messi is... Oh my god, he's having such a good time. Let's have a good, clean game. And then we can group hug in the shower, boys. Let's get fucking wacky.
This is the perfect.
Here I come.
You have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained.
How do I
If
pass?
it does go down the serious route,
Ah, fuck
there'll
it, I'll
still be
solo
lots
them.
to enjoy.
Things have got
Hoop.
away here pretty
Oh, I'm nuts! Hey, foul. Penalty. Red card, red card.
On, Jim.
Pepe doesn't lose out much.
Yeah!
He could prove to be a very reliable.
He's got the shot away! It's come back out!
That's an illegal move. He hit my foot.
And what a great test that should be even live.
Dude flicked my ear before shooting. That's a penalty. Yellow card.
Exciting.
Oh!
Coutinho,
Woo!
and there's his chance to lead the counter.
Here I come
Really good position here.
for my country.
Looks for the finish.
Man, what the fuck is this? Yellow card, please.
It's rather wayward.
This man's
Another example
stealing my
of how
lunch money. He's
confident
beating me
this
up.
team is on the break.
Okay, alright. I should have brought a fucking baseball bat to the stadium, I see. They're letting everything fly. Yeah.
João Moutinho, and the shot! They've scored!
Tough game, tough game. Headbutt the players. I'm fucking trying. Who was the guy that did that? Zidane, right? What the fuck was that?
Ruben Diaz.
I'm coming.
Oh, what has happened here?
Woo! Mine.
Oh, he's broken, and he's had a hit! And again! And for a moment...
Okay,
time
how do
stood
I
still.
control my shots instead of just launching them into space? I'm coming across. You pussy.
Going through.
That's all me, baby.
Martinez.
Upfield, upfield. No! This guy sucks. Who is this? This guy's trash. Man, this guy's fucking cheating.
And
What?
they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Well, the keeper probably felt he could read that, but he's guessed completely wrongly. He's gone to the other side. I'm sure the managers talk the talk, and now it's time for these players to walk the walk.
That's a foul. No.
Whatever. Hey, whatever. Hey, whatever, nerd. Foul my ass. That was a clean play on the ball.
He's been robbed here.
That's all me, baby. Oh, God. What in tarnation?
Pepe.
He was being very closely marshalled.
I'm going the distance. I'm going for it.
Now.
Wish me luck. Oh, yeah.
Line here.
Okay. AI sucks. That was a really good cross.
That's a foul.
Oh, hey.
Referee.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
Where's the penalty on this guy? What the fuck was that? He reached out and spit on me.
Here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano!
Oh, this guy
Oh, the
sucks.
ball's run loose here. Some terrific running on
I'm
the ball
going.
there. Those efforts
I'm going.
not going unappreciated.
I'm crossing.
He's
Nope.
got a side of goal.
Couldn't get there.
And that has left him in a heap. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul.
That's fine. We have unlimited penalties.
Inside. Going through.
Okay, someone get in position. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Lo Celso, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
They have not called
you
a
can't go
single
wrong when a player at least
penalty on
tries
the
to
other
make
team.
Something happen.
I'm on a breakaway. I'm on a breakaway. Hup. Oh, what a move.
Oh, he's managed to pinch
This guy's cheating? Wait, what the fuck was that?
Oh, he's enjoyed that.
He pulled out a knife.
Evidently loves the contest.
What is the AI doing? It like runs away from the ball when it's in the air.
João Moutinho.
I have no defense.
Guerrero.
I'm the only one going towards the ball. Ah!
He's had a hit.
Nice. I'm pulling the goalie.
Keeper's got his work
Wait, what?
done. So what can they make of this? Messi brings the ball.
1 versus 20. Okay.
And that will be the
Tough game,
final
tough
act.
game, tough
Well,
game.
the scoreline doesn't tell
Good
the whole
tutorial though.
story.
They taught me
You are
one thing.
outclassed in
Literally
every
one thing.
possible way. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
One-sided.
They gave me one bit of tutorial in the beginning. What? Can I play or? Yeah, if there's no multiplayer, I'm not going to play this right now.
Welcome on this most perfect
Maybe
evening
get some
for
hobo.
a game of football to which we look
Let me just
forward
get one quick goal
immensely.
just to feel good.
It's hardly a surprise that everybody has come here in their droves, this being a fixture that has
just
received
gonna solo.
so much coverage in the days leading up to it. And it's good to see that we have a good contingent
Cross.
of visiting fans
Nope,
by the look
that's
of it too.
that's not it.
The
That's not
atmosphere is
not
amicable.
the one.
The
That's not the one.
conditions do bring out the
I'm out.
best in everyone, and I think we're all looking forward to a feel-good game.
New York Rat Simulator.
Wow. Shorty, you remember when I grind slow? Did I really blow your mind though? Nah, you got me confused. With
All right, let's see what New York's like from the perspective of a rat. That's pretty innovative. Okay, let's fucking go, Splinter. I just accidentally skipped that. I'm assuming it's eat the pizza. Yep, figured. Alright. Well, this is... Oh my god. I'm cruising! What's up, boys? This guy's about to get hit by a car.
I'm gonna stomp on this motherfucker.
What?
I'm gonna stomp on. Whoa! Look at that big ass rat.
Man, just like New York. Amazing. Oh. Damn, that's tough. A pretty good score, though. That should be on the global leaderboard somewhere, I'd say. This is exactly what I expected it to be. Oh, hey!
I'm about to step on this rat. It's nasty.
Well, we went down together. These... How is she still alive? She just got hit by a fucking 80-mile-per-hour car. That guy is literally getting put... What the fuck is happening? This is just like New York. Can you raise my children? Just give them an iPad like every other family. Does it for you. Hey, I'm walking here. Whoa! What a fucking prediction! That's the most New York shit ever. I feel fucking good. I was like made to be a rat in New York. I'm taking a bit of a risk here, going for pizza on the street. Let's ride. I'm not a bitch. Well, this game's about as boring as I expected it to be, but it feels nice to revisit the wonderful streets of New York City. Oh! Wait, I'm big enough to actually fight. Damn, I fucked this guy up. Wait, oh! Whoa, 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 hold on, I got turbo speed now. Wait a minute. I'm fucking zooming. Can I hit cars? No. Once I get carried away, I'm still a rat.
If you see that ginger kid with a backpack walking around, be sure to let me know. He's not allowed in this family-run deli after what he did at my nephew's bar mitzvah. Warm, fresh bagels. Come get them. Welcome, welcome.
Outplayed. Alright, that's probably enough of this game, I think. Hotline Miami clone boring. $200 for Super Fight? What? LGE, you've lost your goddamn mind. Oh, but wait a minute. This kind of looks like it's worth $200. Do it. Fuck that. I'm not gonna spend $200 for a fucking joke like this. This game is a retro style game. Can use fist and leg attack. Can defense, can jump the scene in addition to the enemy. There are some objects that can be destroyed. There are props. This game contains a block scene. What does that mean? Like porn or something and it's censored? Including several different types of enemies, as well as some weapons to choose from, including bat, pistol, knife, and so on. Yeah, this actually does look like just another Bitcoin miner that you pay a premium for. I'm not buying it. I'm not spending $200 fucking dollars on Super Fight. But I could be the only one in the world that did. And that title's worth something. Alright, let's see. You know what, I'll do it. Let's see what $200 gets me on Steam. I will now be the first man in the world to have spent $200 on Super Fight. Fuck yeah. Finally, a world first. Like I said, man, it's really rare to be the first to do something with this many people in the world these days, and I've now that immediately downloaded. I think the game is a single level. This game is literally a single level, the trailer. Nathan or Jason? Well, for $200 I'll try them both out for sure. I definitely want to give it a fair shake. I definitely want to catch it with its makeup on here, so we'll do both. Let's start with Nathan. Woo! You know, this might have just been worth $200. Look at this shit. Huh. Look at these leg attacks. They weren't kidding. I have a very strong feeling the game's about to roll credits on me. I'm beating up the Guitar Hero 3 default character, and I feel like after a few more of these, the game's just gonna end. I feel like I'm playing Ride to Hell for mobile. There was a gun? Oh, there is a gun, huh? I didn't even see that. Woo! Alright, alright. Wait just a minute here. It's the same level. I don't know what I was expecting. What's up, Daniel? I fucking knew it. This man made a single level and is selling it for $200 on Steam. That should be a crime. The beauty of Steam, baby. Steam is just like an actual cum dumpster. Level complete again. Tap to restart. You know, it was so good I might just go through it a third time. Let's fucking hit it. Is there even an option? There's no pause menu, there's no escape. Once you're in for life, I guess. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. The super fight way. As the name would imply, though, this really is a super fight. With my patience. I was hoping the moveset would be a little different, but I don't know why I thought that would be a possibility. This man learned how to program 3 animations. You know, far be it from me to question the difficulty of making a game like this, but could it have taken more than like maybe 5 minutes? I think I've played enough of it now that I feel I'm more than prepared to leave a review. Like, I feel like I've really gotten deep into the beef curtains of this game. I definitely know the map layouts inside and out. Let's refund this A, and B, let's write a review. I know all of you out there were really just fucking scratching your neck like a meth addict waiting to get your super fight fix, but my IGN review says maybe wait for an update. A little more content. Because right now, maybe even the Steam summer sale, because $200 is a bit steep. That about covers that, I'd say. But I will say, this man is not a liar. In this retro-style game, I could use fist and leg attack, so he was right about that much. Where are we at? There was Super Fight. Has my review been published? Also, what else has this guy made? Just Super Fight. Well, when you get it right the first time, there's really no reason for an encore. May you ride that Super Fight fame forever, my friend. What is by far the worst game you've played? I used to never have an answer to that, but if I'm being 100% genuine, it's probably Super Fight. I mean that in total sincerity, Super Fight may genuinely be the worst game that I've ever played and have ever seen. It is $200 to play a Unity asset flipped level, one level, for $200. It really might actually be the worst game I think has ever been made. Big Rigs Over the Road Racing had more content and was significantly cheaper. So Super Fight may very well be the worst game that I've ever seen. And that's not something I say lightly.